Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to review round 12 of the 2025 NRL Fantasy season. And a great week in fantasy, probably my best week ever. And I think I'm covering all sports, all formats ever, given I've got an 866, which doesn't sound that spectacular. But when you look at the rank for the round, 8th overall. So massive result to get top 10. I don't think I've ever got like a top 10 round rank in any of these things over all the years. So absolutely cheering. And if we have a look at the team, it's pretty much everyone did what we expected. So Riley Smith with 53 was really nice. He's made some good money now. I think we did get him pretty close to bottom dollar. Not quite because it wasn't the first week, but he's made us at least 250k, I'd say. So well done, legend. Josh Curran was one of the trade-ins this week, and he brained it with a 78. Scored a try as well. I'm pretty sure. No, actually, he didn't score a try. He just worked his ring out. So yeah, that was a fantastic trade-in based off 1 week, obviously. But he will do some good stuff through Origin for us. Jazz Tavanga with 65, great game from him. Aaron Clark, 61 as captain. So, could have snuck a few more points with a couple of different captaincy options, but rock solid there from Aaron. Jermaine Hopgood bouncing back, 58, probably one of his best scores for the season. I don't know that for sure. We'll have a quick look, but I feel like it is. He has scored a 66, so he was going alright, and then just hit this dud patch. But bouncing back this week with a few extra minutes and a try obviously helped. So yeah, we will factor that in our decision making. But if I go back, just close this. Egan Butcher. So we did have Nat Butcher in, and then he was a late out, or late-ish out. I think it was a 24-hour thing. And we were thinking about who do we slot in here. Trying to remember who I was toying around with. I think maybe Zach Hosking got a run there at one stage, but he didn't really have that much money to make. And then I thought, well, Egan starting should play 80 minutes given the inexperience there amongst the Roosters pack. And he has done it before when he's played big minutes. So at his price, to get a 40, I was pretty happy with. And you'll see when we go to round 13, it does leave me with a bit of cash in the bank, which is pretty cool too. Metcalf with a 50 just continues to be consistent. Savala with 53 was good again. His kicking game is pretty integral to the Roosters. Not sure on the Sam Walker timeline, but while Sammy Walker's out, Savala is in. Dylan Lucas, 84, obviously could have had another try, which would have made it even better. And for those who watched the Supercoach video, I was a bit filthy that I reversed the trade on him this week. Nawani Tuase with 50, just rock solid. Has the ability to create something out of nothing. So yeah, he's just awesome to have in the team. Iongi with the 64 was a fantastic return for him. Yeah, so he's probably earned himself a couple more weeks in the team. Teddy with a 51, rock solid as vice captain, but could have had Fletcher Sharp with a 98, would have been amazing. So playing at fullback just looked, so good. Just a bit stiff. He's stuck behind KP there at the Knights. So pretty sure we wouldn't have had the leagues this week, but I'm not sure. So, no fixture in round 13 either. So, yeah, nothing in round 12. If we go back to the other one. So it looks like I've got this league. How does that work? I don't know. But there was matchups here, so we will have a look. So 866. So yeah, 849 for one man Tom is pretty good. Spiros' team. I think this was the team that was tracking mine pretty closely. So he mustn't have picked up on the Nat Butcher trade. So unlucky there, mate. That was probably the difference, was Egan Butcher's score. Nah, there must be something else different about the team. Because that numbers don't match up, do they? Oh, he captained Lucas. That's the difference. Nice one, legend. So 84. So yeah, the captaincy shout. That's the winner. Especially with the sort of rumor about him not being available. That's a brave call. So respect. um, yeah. Was there anything else in the Open League? I should be able to see Open League scores. Hey, so round 12. It doesn't let me sort by the round. So a few 800s there, but looks like 807 was the closest. So a couple 807s, Corn on the Cobbo. So had Tarpany, Fanor Blake instead. CY Wong and Hosking in the halves. Fogarty with 63 was good half. Kaltoga with 56, that's a pretty good score. Wish I was still with him in the team. So, and the other one, is it ill easy or too easy maybe? Matthew's team. So Captain Clark as well. Katoa with 55. Had Sharp, Tarpany, Starling with 42. Probably the differences there. So cool. Well, got to see a few teams anyway. So in terms of thoughts this week, probably haven't thought too much about it. Just riding the wave. So you do get up to 4 trades this week, which is pretty cool if you want to drastically change your team, but I'm not sure I want to go that far. So I guess, I got to get the big boys back in the middle. Probably should have put Curran down there because he's on the bye. Aaron Clark. Probably end up at hooker, let's be fair. Put him in. Jaden Campbell can come back. So Kiraz is out with the bye this week anyway, but Cleary's back for probably Silvala. So I guess currently that's just about the number one sort of team that we've got. Obviously, Curran would probably be on the edge. Kiraz would probably replace Nwangani Tuase. So, the team's looking pretty good. The bench we've got Tavanga, Savala, still decent. Riley Smith's actually going alright. Iongi, is more than suitable there. So, it's what do we do with the 300k? So probably the two teams to target post round 12 would be the Cowboys, who don't have another bye until I think around round 20 or something crazy like that. Or Souths, who I think have a bye around 19, but we'll cover 15, 18, and 16 as well. So, um, yeah, so I guess in terms of the options there, one option would be if you're looking for a back, I think Scott Drinkwater is a great option. But the guy just above him, Kalal Matangi, is probably the number one option to cover the rest of the buy period. So at 678, he's not cheap, but I guess the guns aren't. So the options are, probably we go Butcher, even though he's played 1 week for us and he did a job. We could upgrade there and lock in that spot. We don't quite have the money to get rid of these cheapies, like bottom dollar cheapies. Um, you know, and it's like everyone else is still doing a job. Like maybe Hopgood, but he's gonna, bounce back a little bit this week. So yeah, it's basically just upgrading one of these edge spots to Kalal Matangi. So I think at the moment I'm leaning towards um, Butcher, but it may come down to break evens. I haven't seen the break evens yet. So like Hopgood basically has bottomed out in price, and Butcher is definitely on the up. So well, let's look. If we do upgrade Hopgood to Kalamatangi, So yeah, that looks nice. I guess in terms of who else will we play on the edge eventually. So if we sort by edge position, because I guess I did sort of have Hopgood as a keeper because what he can do, I think they just need a different role there. So I think Barnett would be nice, but obviously playing Origin. So if it's a case of we just use Butcher as a placeholder and upgrade to Barnett at the time, uh, like someone like an Olakuatu potentially, but again that's post Origin because he is in that squad. Not sure of Manly's bye coverage going forward. They played this week, so probably not the best after this, but I might be wrong. Uh, you know, yeah, not too sure. Like someone like a Nicker, obviously on the buy now, but could be useful after this week. Yeah, not too sure. Like I said, Kalamatangi is the target. I'm just not convinced who for. Tavanga might maybe Tavanga. We've got so many middles and hookers. Maybe he's the one we can let go. Um, yeah, so not too sure at the moment, but we've got a bit of time to think about it. So yeah, in terms of vice captain, captain this week, it's probably going to look something like that. I'm not sure on Haas just with this injury he's carrying into Origin, whether he backs up. But Terrell May as captain, I think, is the obvious choice this week. And then Yo, or it could be Cleary, I suppose, up against Parramatta on Sunday Arvo. Probably yeah, Cleary. I think they'll have to. These guys will have to back up given how the position on the ladder there for Penrith. So yeah, I think that's a pretty easy one to lock away. But again, it'll all change post Origin. So we'll work it out then. So there might even be, Kyle Matangi might become one of these guys. You never know. So yeah, so we'll wrap the video up there. As always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the fantasy content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.